Warning, spoilers ahead. Anyway, welcome to the Operation STRIX podcast. I'm your host, The Crow. Joining me today is Roski Draftsman. Cool Blue Rays.
Hello.
Raph.
Hi.
And Sid.
Heyo.
Heyo. Hey,
Heyo.
we're here.
Heyo.
We're back. It's been, I don't even know how long.
It's been a
three
month. Where even begin?
Yeah, we're here to talk about 3 chapters, and by 3 chapters, I mean 1 chapter, because only 1 chapter things actually happen. But we'll quickly go over the other 2. Chapters 112 and 113, guys. That was, so it's like 112 was the continuation of 111.2, wasn't it?
It was
Right?
112 part 1. We discussed that. It's 112 part 2
Oh, right.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
we ended.
Right.
off of.
Yeah. And that
Whatever
was
the fuck that means.
So Booger Boy versus Prince Boy.
Prince
Yeah.
Boy, yeah.
Do we know his
Yeah.
name? I mean, we do know his name.
Yes, we do.
No,
I
Theseus.
forgot. I forgot.
Oh,
Prince-
right.
Yeah, Prince Kid was Theseus, which is quite literally the third.
Third 3-man, and then
Yeah.
And Freddy.
and Freddy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Freddy.
Frederick.
I did like Anya's faces in that chapter, though. That was funny.
Yeah. like I mean, the thing is, only because Anya can be really funny is that episode is that chapter isn't a complete disaster because you're seeing 2 characters that you don't really know about or have a reason to think they will matter in the long run are fighting over the stupidest reason possible.
Well, I do like.
Well,
Booger
they're not
Boy.
even. It's just a big misunderstanding. One of them thinks they're gonna get beat up. The other one is just trying not to fucking get thrown into a dungeon or whatever.
Start a war, he thinks.
Start a war.
Yeah, because these are kids, and these are the stakes that they think are gonna get them called war criminals and shit. It doesn't really
Right.
surprise me.
I mean, if you have heard about
Sorry.
if you know about the history, there's some really stupid excuses for which people have tried to go to war. Like,
I'm sure.
Emu War.
oh yeah,
Oh
yeah, that was
Let's not bring that up. No, but,
like yeah. Oh my god, Australia!
I don't want
that
any
was
emus hearing this getting
humiliating.
upset with us.
No, yeah, that was
they're
really
vicious.
humiliating for Australia. But no, I was talking about how England and Canada almost went to war over a pig, or how to, or how France tried to declare a war on Mexico because they didn't pay baker for a cake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have some really, really fucking stupid reasons for war. So
It's so
kids
fun.
are
It's so
not
funny. It's so funny you bring that up, Broski, because there was. This is a throwback to all the old people listening to this, but there's an episode of Hey Arnold where they have a pig war.
Yeah, I was thinking
yeah.
about that. I love it. So I literally instantly thought of that when you just...
I
I
guess
haven't
that's what
watched
it
that
was.
in a hot minute, man.
Yeah, I guess
Ugh.
that's what that was alluding to. But anyway, there's no pigs here, just boogers. So they're fighting. And I'll be honest, I liked the second part, even though I felt I didn't like the fact that I had to wait 2 weeks to see the conclusion of something that I honestly didn't really care about. It was still cute though. Like, I understand the kids fighting
Well, you
over
can
something.
forgive it now that we've actually gotten some better chapter substance because we
But yeah,
all know,
One better
Crow,
chapter.
we all know, Crow, that you were ready to probably
I was ready to quit.
denounce. Yeah, denounce.
I was ready to quit.
No, no.
I was gonna give Blue the keys to the podcast, and I was gonna say deuces. Okay.
No.
Oh my god, the podcast would have dropped down in so much quality if I had taken over. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
But yeah,
I would have burned
And-
it all to the ground.
I
but
just
yeah.
I just want Anya to have more friends, so that's the positive thing I got from it.
I mean, that's great. It could have
she
just been one
has a
chapter,
little
though,
bit of
but
a
sure,
harem, I guess,
you know?
but
I did
Yeah.
like that because we had talked about that the last podcast. It was like I wanted a little love triangle thing, and instead we got a love square of Anya and the two boys and Damien.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it,
Odd
and
arrangement.
I mean, it works because among the whole cast, Anya is one that gives a shit the least about it. Like,
yeah, she does not care. That's what makes it funny.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
it's
and you're right. I
great to
did
have.
like her.
I mean,
I
it's
did-
it's doing the kind of shoujo joke, right? Where it's like the common girl gets all the rich boys' attention.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it's
kind of
Are you-
joke here.
Are you
it's
saying
a
we have
typical-
Oran Host Club? In...
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Yes.
I'm surprised no one's. I'm sure someone's gonna make an AU out of this, or probably already has.
Oh,
been.
I'm so. I'll
But
be
I'm just
shocked if there
saying-
isn't one.
I'm just saying, like, here's more fodder for the Oran High School Host Committee.
Who would be in it? I don't even know who would be in it. It better not be Emil and Ewan. That would just be slash as hell.
Oh, so Arnold would be better. Arnold
Oh yeah, he would totally be in it.
yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't be
Oh,
like
yeah.
the finalist, but yeah, he'd be in it.
Yeah,
but you know who would be in it? Damien Desmond, because he is super jelly
Oh my
over
god,
Anya.
this kid.
Oh my
I know.
God.
The only thing I want from that is like I want Damien and Anya's like relationship to get better because he's still a bit mean to her. So
Yeah.
So
I'm all for her
emotionally
doing her own
stunted.
thing, and then
That's the problem.
Damien's like, oh, she doesn't really interact with me anymore. Okay.
Yeah, make him chase
Yeah.
after her.
Emotionally stunted. I mean, if we're being serious here,
I don't-
I know that like he claims that he doesn't like Anya because he believes that he is better than her, basically.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a shitty thing to think.
Also, he thinks
when you're
that
fucking
she's
six.
after her dad in some capacity.
Well,
so-
yeah,
Yeah.
using him.
I
so
mean,
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like afraid to get close and just find out he was just being used, because I mean technically that is kind of accurate right now, and maybe it's like he's
fair.
Very much true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Paranoid
he's like
for
just
the right
afraid.
reasons. Yeah.
Maybe he's being afraid. Maybe he's like afraid of like, I don't know, being rejected by this low class commoner girl or something.
That's
I
fair.
don't know
Because I don't-
know.
Yeah.
Technically, he's not emotionally stunted because that guy has shoujo running constantly through his mind 24/7.
What kind of manga does he read?
Those panels were like straight out of the 90s. Where
I
he's
know.
envisioning
We had one in
Anya.
in that chapter.
I know it's
in
secretly a
112,
shoujo.
too.
girl.
Yeah.
She's a shoujo girl. He just
Becky, fucking Becky looked at that one. I was just like, God damn it!
That's funny. She's like, you landed two boys in the same space of 1 hour.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, God, Becky.
Anya's like kind of in quotes love life. Not she's not involved in that, but Becky's like, oh my gosh, this is my real life
Yeah.
reality
Yes.
show.
She's like, TV's boring. Real life is where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Berlin
gross.
in love in real life.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Berlin in
Oh.
love.
Yeah, Becky's watching Berlin in Love, and Damien is playing Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah.
No,
fighting
yeah,
his
I,
insecurities.
More like
let's-
three.
let's start
I
talking
mean
about
that-
Three?
that.
3.
Yeah.
It was 3. Like that design with the spiky hair, the tiara, and
Little belt.
the ball, the blue tunic. That is
Mhm.
the hero of Dragon Quest 3. Like, if you have seen a design that looks like that, it's always referencing Dragon Quest 3 because Dragon Quest 3 is like
Very
the
famous
JRPG. It's
Yeah.
like Mario. It's like Mario being the platformer. Dragon Quest 3 is the archetypical JRPG. Like,
I see.
So, chapter 113. I mean, everyone in this podcast already knows my feelings on this chapter.
yeah,
But,
it was. I mean,
It was cute, and I like cute, and I like the kids. It's just, boy, that was a rough chapter for me. It was like 70% of that, my eyes glazed over, and I was like,
Yeah,
this is
I think
cool, but...
No, I think the problem is because it came right after the 112 part 2. It was like rubbing salt on your wound, you know.
yeah.
It's just,
Like-
it was boring. Like, it was cute, but it was boring, I guess is the main complaint.
Fair. Honestly, that's fair. I do agree that I think it was a little boring. I think it was sweet for sure for the kids, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, they were just learning about some big emotions, and you know, they had some growth, and that's adorable. I like that Mr. Green was able to come in and help them out because he's such a just chill, very
I love
like kind
Mr.
of
Green.
grandpa,
Mr. Green's
uncle,
the-
father
yeah.
kind of
the
guy.
goat.
He's great.
He's the goat.
I love him.
Yeah, but
I love that they look up to him for that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
But it's one of those where, like, it would be nice if there wasn't more interesting aspects of, if there wasn't more interesting aspects to this manga that we're kind of waiting,
Like,
and we're instead giving this. Like, I don't know.
see,
I mean, I also think that it, like, you can almost tell that it was all to build up for the punchline of of Henderson also being jealous. That, I don't know. It was,
I like the little joke at the end though.
Oh yeah,
The cycle keeps
Paradise
going.
Fist.
yeah, that was something. And see, but that's okay. And we had kind of talked about this last podcast, I guess. This would have been a good opportunity for a bonus chapter. Just like cut this thing in half, boom, bonus chapter, and I wouldn't even felt bad about it. I'm like, okay, this is a cute little addition, and now we're getting back into the story. But I don't know, just the fact that he numbered this like an actual part of the story, I'm just like, I guess mentally it changes it for me, where I'm just like, okay, like I'm supposed to care about this. Whereas if it was a bonus chapter, I don't think I would care about it. Like it would be fun, but I don't. You know
it
what
will
I mean?
be it will be.
I mean,
Ignorable.
I'd say it's still important to the story as a whole, like 113.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess in terms of like Damien like coming to terms is like accepting his feelings of jealousy towards seeing Anya with like other kids, other boys, I should say.
Yeah. So you
So
think
I guess
at
that's
the
like
end
part of that
this-
growth of their relationship.
Yeah, so you
Like,
think
it's
by the
so
end of this
good.
chapter he has like embraced that idea? Obviously he's not going to admit it out loud, but you think like he accepts the fact that he does like Anya?
Maybe-
I
I
don't know.
I
if
don't
he's-
know
I'm not sure if it's
I don't think that's
accepting that he likes Anya.
Mm.
Yeah, it's still yeah,
But
still
I
in the
think
back
he's
of his
starting
head.
to.
Yeah.
Maybe he's at least starting to learn.
it's a
that
step forward.
Yeah,
I think because like so he has that goofy little arm, and Anya seems like actually really like she thinks it's cool because they're dorks like that, and that's actually cute. I think maybe he's gonna take away the lesson that, you know what, just worry about being yourself, Damien, and you know the right people will like you for that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Maybe that's all you have to take away from it. I don't know.
Yeah. Fair. I in that context I could see.
Yeah.
As yeah, I mean I do like the character growth, not only Damien but also the boys, where they kind of accept their situation with Damien, and I'm like flipping through it because I don't really know what their conflict was. Just the fact that
they were feeling jealousy because they thought Damien had a really close friend that he was worried about, because you know he was kind of saying, "Oh, my friend," quote unquote, is like
Yeah,
having
the
a
whole trope.
problem. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Damien's friend. He can't have more
Yeah.
than one friend or two friends.
Yeah.
like, he has a friend that isn't us. That was quite literally what they
This
what they
is
thought.
bullshit.
It's like yeah, it was more like
It's just
like
sweet
he has
to
a
see how much
friend
they
who's
really
like
care
more
about
important.
him as
Mhm.
friends
Yeah.
and not using him for
Do you
financial gain.
Do you think now? I mean, this is obviously a stretch, but do you think now that Emil and Ewan would be a little bit more receptive towards like Anya and Becky? Well, maybe not Anya, but Becky as like part of like the circle of friends, or is that still just like completely off the table?
It would be nice. I'm not expecting
I don't
it
think it's
right away.
exactly
Yeah, I agree with Sid.
completely off the table. I think there might be chances for them to start cooperating a bit more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're getting to know each other some more. Anya's clearly able to make some more friends outside of Becky, which is good.
yeah.
That shows just some growth and some healthy social life kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it would be nice to see them maybe become closer friends in their own way. If, like, they
Yeah.
can genuinely find things to like. Because I know that there was that cute thing where Anya and Ewan, I think, were geeking out about space and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
What
was
happened
cute.
to that?
The short mission. That
It
never
was like a one-time
led up to
thing, I
anything.
guess. I don't know. It
Oh,
was
Yeah,
cute,
it's
though.
sad
cute.
about it.
Yeah.
It was an
Yeah.
off thing. But yeah, I'd like to remind everyone that I'm so glad Anya's making more friends because I feel
Me
like
too.
Me too.
I feel like she's only been friends with Becky for like what 5 years now.
Yeah.
5 years. You mean 2 months? No.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my
But
god.
no, I mean, Becky and Anya have been, I mean, yeah, they've been basically kind of bestie little baby friends
Mhm.
since school started, and that's great. But it's also great that Anya got to meet Connie and Freddie and the prince. I can't remember his name.
Tertius.
Doesn't matter.
The third is.
Oh, okay.
Whatever his name.
Church
Yeah.
Like, just
Crown
think-
Boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
boy.
just think as him as the third, because that's quite literally what his name means. The third.
30.
It's like Latin or something.
Little 30. That's what I'll call
It's
him.
Latin, yeah. which is why the name is so funny, because he's the third in line, so they named him third.
30.
Like,
I mean, that's efficient
I-
for you, right?
like
Yep.
yeah, that
Whatever
is
floats your
kind of
boat.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're the third in line. You will be called the
All
third.
right, backup child.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucked up, but in a funny
well,
way.
There you go. Yeah, so
Yep, I mean, that was
that
the chapter.
was chapter 113. And now we move on to the real thing that I want to talk about. We
Yeah,
got
someone-
Yuri, your chapter, guys.
Someone should try
Oh
to
boy.
make a graph to show like how many episodes have been Anya Eden adventures versus
No,
like Lloyd.
please don't.
I
I would need
I
more
mean,
alcohol.
think she's. I think she has a solid like fucking 50%, right? Maybe even more. Does
Maybe
that
even
sound
more,
right?
Think at least 50. At least
Yeah.
50%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to 113. And actually, an interesting chapter with some adult characters. Yay!
Finally go.
I was.
Yeah.
I'll
More
tell you
focused
what.
chapter.
I'll tell you what. I was a little concerned by that
Boy, I'll
first
tell
page.
you what.
I was a little concerned by the first page because the
Oh, I
fucking
know, the
names
crazy-
on these people. I was like, oh, we're gonna get another
False
joke chapter, aren't we?
False charges.
False
Yeah.
charges.
Spiritist? Yeah.
Conspiratist.
Oh my god. God damn it.
No, when I saw them, my first thought was, is Endo making jokes about, like, conspiracy theorists, flat earthers? But then I also remembered this isn't really much of a joke because these people, they're
Exist.
quite loud and prevalent in America.
Yeah, like idiots be around, like idiots be around. Like,
And I live with them, so
Yeah,
Lord.
around them anyway.
Yeah,
I was
gonna
say.
I feel that too.
it's a little disappointing that,
Yeah.
like, hey
yeah.
guys, a fucking Greek man with 2 sticks proved that the Earth is round over 2,000 years ago.
We're not gonna. Yeah, no. If,
Like, fucking
let's
idiots.
just say it. We're all Earth-founder
I'm sorry,
people.
that was funny. Okay, Archimedes, 4,000 years ago.
The aliens did not build the pyramids. Let's be
Oh
so
my
for real right
God,
now.
my buddy at work, we have this argument every other day.
Lord
Stop
Jesus
watching Joe
Christ.
Rogan, everybody.
Oh,
Dude,
for
watch it to
fuck's sake.
make fun of him.
Stop
Like-
watching Andrew Tate and Elon Musk and Donald Trump, except unless you're like trying to just get general information to be well informed.
Like, it's
Come to the light. Come to the
People
light.
are so fucking
You're going too
stupid.
far.
Sell your Tesla stock.
Oh my god.
Sell your Tesla stock.
Just sell your Tesla.
Sell your
We don't
Tesla.
need it.
Sell your Cybertruck. That thing looks like a dumpster
Nobody's
on
gonna
wheels.
buy it, Blue.
It's not
Stop.
cool.
It's had 8 recalls, and people want to buy
It's
it.
not a cool looking car, guys. You've been lied to.
I hate
Like,
it so much.
like I mean, at that point, it's their fault for having shit taste. Like, that fucking thing looks like a low poly model from a PlayStation
That's the
game.
point. I mean,
it's a
look, that'd be
fucking
funny as a joke,
trapezoid.
but not for real. Not for
You
that
know,
price.
and you know who would buy that? Conspiracy. What is his
Yeah,
name?
Conspiracist.
Conspiracist.
yeah.
Conspiracist.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
conspiracist.
Conspiracy.
I mean,
Yeah, but conspiracist. I don't know.
I
it's weird.
gotta
No
say that
bagging
I
on
love
the
his
puns.
design in that he has the bug eyes of
Oh,
a
he got the bug
madman.
eyes for sure. Yeah, he's cracked out. That boy is cracked out.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he's like
Well, she
spitting
hasn't.
in Yuri's face, poor dude.
yeah. Like, I mean, if even Yuri is like, oh my gosh, these people are so fucking stupid. that tells you something.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up though is like it's supposed to be funny, but I'm like oh, you know, he tortured these people afterwards. I'm like, oh,
I
that's
know,
less
that's what
funny
I
now.
was thinking too. I'm like, yeah, you know, they're definitely like gonna be rotting away in jail for the rest of their life.
Like, oh, but it's fun. It's a gag manga.
Just another day at
Eh,
the SSS.
I mean, violence has been funny before, so maybe not the torturing part, Roski.
I'm sure
But-
they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
mean,
alright.
That's fine.
I
Yeah,
mean, they
we'll
made
see
a
them in
joke
chapter
out of
115.
torture in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, like. But
I don't remember. Was the
yeah,
torture in that?
when they introduce Phoebus, and he's talking with Frollo, and he walks him through the dungeons, and he's talking like about how the last commander failed him, and you just hear him being whipped, and it's actually kind of goofy.
God damn,
Wow.
Disney. Wow. All right then. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's what Yuri's all about. Maybe he's just here to bring smiles through torture.
Oh god.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Chloe's in it, guys.
My god, I saw her face. That was like the first thing that I
Ugh.
noticed when I opened it
I
up. I was
know,
like,
she's on
Yeah.
it's
first
her!
page.
She exists!
Our
Our
queen, our
ray of
secret
light.
queen.
Yay!
The one who will
Like-
knock some sense into this dude.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
like-
Sure hope
Thank
so.
God.
Her and
Well-
Lieutenant. I know people be thirsting over Lieutenant in this one.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
He's
I'm not
Lieutenant,
gonna
right?
lie, that last panel of him was kind of hot. Not gonna
Told
lie.
you. Internet? You're welcome.
Oh boy.
Okay. What's his name? Director, right? That's the director.
The boss.
Oh, Chief.
Or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Um,
Chief.
Dude, every time I see him now, I'm just like creeped out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
have
don't
this
like him.
obsession with Yuri for some reason.
I mean,
dude, yeah. Well, that
mean-
ever since that one panel, I'm just like, man, I cannot like. It feels like
Yeah.
he's gonna snap at any time, and I'm gonna see
Yeah,
that
every
face
time
again.
I see him, I just remember his creepy face when they found the mole back during the
Hey.
Winston
Yeah.
Wheeler arc,
Hey.
and I can't get that face out of my memory.
I mean, it was to be expected that he was kind of a
Well,
creep,
yeah, I
you know?
mean, he's the chief. He's ruthless. He's like the most ruthless to be their leader.
Yeah, if you know anything about real life, state police institutions, you just know how fucked up they are. Like,
Not even that. It's just having that. Well, that, but then having that one boss. I had this one boss when I worked at a hotel, and she
Oh.
always was grinning, and like,
oh no.
Oh,
yeah, and then
Oh,
you would
no.
piss her off one time, and then her grin would just get bigger, and I'm just like, oh my
Oh lord.
god. Like I would see it in my
Wow.
nightmares.
Like the
Yeah.
boxing snake smile.
Oh god, yeah. It's that kind
Yeah.
of people though. Like they're always smiling, but it's fake, and you know it's
no,
fake.
yeah,
but it's
like yeah, you can feel that there's something behind the smile that is not. It's not good, Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that is creepy.
Yeah.
That is
Uh,
creepy.
But
So-
yeah, like I
Fuck
actually
Chief.
like the chief character because of that. Like
I like him as a villain for sure.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like
Yeah.
his character.
Yeah, good villain character.
Yeah.
But
Very
yeah, like,
serious for now.
that's the good.
I'm very sus of the higher ups in the SSS.
Oh yeah, like
Very sus.
I mean,
I'm sus
They're
of most
all
higher
sus.
ups actually. Even the
I'm
wise
sus
ones I'm a
Yes.
little
wise.
sus on.
Yeah, wise.
Yeah.
wise ones like you.
One of the
kinda
guys
have-
literally like blackmailed Lloyd into joining Wise.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah, when you're always
True.
short on people.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
They're always
you-
dying.
you-
I mean,
we need
no,
to
they're
indoctr-
retired.
Everything can be
indoctrinate
chooses.
people.
So either you join or
Go to
or
jail.
you're fucked, kid.
Go to
Your
jail,
choice.
yeah.
Like it's But yeah, okay. Okay, outside of that guy being the usual weirdo and Lieutenant being the lieutenant,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that's just the starting point for what?
For Lloyd, your and Yuri dates, and
You wish
Yuri
her
calls it
your
a
and
date,
Lloyd
and not in a
date.
That
fun
was
way,
weird.
not in like
Yeah,
I'm having
that
a
was
date with
weird.
my mom. It's like no, I'm having a date with my sister. And it was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
ugh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's
I was
like,
like, wait, what?
just say you're hanging out with your fucking sister, man. Calm down. Or
Yeah,
Yeah, I
catching
know
up with
all
her.
of his coworkers are
Jesus.
just like, yeah, don't. Why do you call it that?
Stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all
Whoa,
just like
please
weirded
stop.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, can you blame them?
It's just because it's Yuri. Like if I were going like, oh yeah, I don't know, like I'm going on a date with a friend, but it's like no, it's Yuri. We know you're a siscon. Like stop, please. Just don't.
Yeah. It stopped being funny like after the first time.
Yeah.
Chapter 5? Yeah, chapter 5.
Yeah.
I like how Chloe was like legit shocked for a moment there.
I know, she's like, wait, your
hello?
bitch ass actually got a date?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Do they know you? Like,
Did you blackmail them?
like, was it false charges? Did you?
You got some dirt on him?
You got some dirt.
Oh man.
But Yuri, yeah. So I guess like
Move on to their little hangout.
they got a little hangout going on. They go to the store.
Oh yeah, a little shopping.
I love York
Yeah.
just lets him have it. She'll just comment and say, hey, she's still like doing her little parenting thing with him. Did you not
Yeah.
shout in the middle of the street like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's letting him have it now.
He's good.
He's
Ready,
just
bro.
he's so autistic.
No, he's
Yeah.
repressed or not
You're
repressed.
so
he's,
right, though.
Stunted. That is the correct word. Stunted. 'Cause
Stunted.
he's running around this department store like a fucking 5-year-old.
He's like,
And,
look, I have enough money. I can buy you whatever you want.
He has no bathroom in his apartment.
I swear to God, because she looked at the bedding, and like I don't know why I just
I thought it was
You know,
like,
right?
oh, yeah.
Right?
And then I was like, as for Anya, I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, well that, and it's also like, well, duh, they live in separate bedrooms. But I was just like, I was thinking like. I'm glad that's
No,
where your
my
mind went.
My thought immediately went, oh my god, beds for Lloyd and yours bed? What the
Boom.
fuck,
Oh my
Lloyd?
Making a move
We're
for it.
Need a
so-
little sparkle in their love life.
We are so horny.
I was gonna say like desperate, but yeah, sure, why
Yeah,
not?
I mean-
Same
Yeah,
thing.
sure. Like,
We
we
need some lawyer work.
No, yeah.
God, we are
We're-
like.
We got
so
crumbs.
I'm
fucking
starving.
crushed.
I'm
Yeah.
The
starving.
tiniest
I'm
crumbs.
beyond starved. I'm like a corpse. And the maggots are eating me at this point.
We haven't had
It-
like a
it's-
huge moment between them
No,
since
yeah, it's
like,
like-
the mole arc.
No, it's
been
like
so long.
it's like that
That's
meme.
fucked up.
No, yeah, it's like that meme of the mom with the with the boy and the other boy is running, and then there's the the fucking skeleton at the bottom of the sea.
Oh yeah, at the bottom of the pool. Well,
Oh,
okay, we
yeah.
got a little bit because yours like because they're eating dinner and she's like, "You want some wine?" And she's like, "No." Whenever I get drunk, me and Lloyd go at it.
Oh yeah, that was really.
Yeah,
They
I-
knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they translated.
I love that he took it the way that he did because I'm like, ha, in your face.
I mean, how else
We
do
all
you
took
take
it
it
the
when you
same
say
way.
we really go at it when I'm drunk?
Right,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
There's no other way to interpret that.
see, I
But
wish
for yours, she doesn't.
I wish
realize.
Endo did that more because yours
I
so
know
innocent.
it would fucking torture Yuri, and I want that.
I mean,
That's
even
my
just
kind of humor.
like even just in general, like I
Oh,
want,
yeah,
I
like saying
want.
that to her coworkers, like, yeah, me and Lloyd really go at it when I get drunk. And they're like, whoa, Yor, what the
Whoa, yeah,
fuck? That would be great.
Or she's like, yeah, I really, I let Lloyd have it last night. And it's just like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
Damn, she freaky.
yeah.
That's comedy, Endo. That's what I want to see more of.
Like, there's
I
some-
mean,
there's
honestly,
some-
you know, it's like good, I guess, for like Endo not to make. Because remember when like we first were introduced to Yor and stuff, and they were at that party, Camilla was saying all this shit about like what she used to do and basically slut shaming her. I'm
Yeah.
glad they don't do that. Like they don't mention it anymore. Thank
Yeah.
God, because I would have gotten real sick of it real quick.
Okay, that was a weird thing.
That was
We're-
weird. I
We're
think
going
that was
like
a weird piece
100
of
chapters
writing.
back, but like that was
Yeah.
weird. One, that Yor would tell them that, and two, just like
I find it hard to. Okay, I see Camilla now, and I find it hard to believe she would just say that shit just to hurt Yor or make her look bad. Because Camilla, like, she can be kind of bitchy, but she's not like that. I mean, when
well,
she's
it was
around
because-
Dominic, at least she's very chilled out. So I don't know what the fuck happened between chapter, was it 2, and then now where she's like, she just seems chill. She's just off doing her own thing with her friends and her boyfriend, and she's like
That
not
is-
being antagonistic to
Well,
Yor.
like,
I mean,
anymore.
it's
like-
normal.
a woman's jealousy, man.
Well, it was
No,
also
Which
yeah,
I
but
just,
it's not
but you
just-
don't understand. Okay, I don't understand what Camilla's jealous of because she was literally making fun of Yor for being older and single and like all these being weird and stuff. So
No, but it's just early characterization.
Yeah.
I
It
guess
happens
so.
it happens all the time in manga, in series, in TV, in TV
Okay.
shows.
I mean,
That
Camilla,
do.
she's kind of
Mhm.
acting like one of those girls who like they were popular in high school and never let that go, so they
I
ended
mean,
up choosing
yeah,
a job where they bullied
That's
people in
Yeah,
their
basically-
they
workplace.
just peaked in high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, Camilla is kind of she kind of had that attitude, I think, in the beginning, but I think Endo realized, you know what, I don't need that anymore. Because
Yeah.
let's not
Yeah.
write women as two-dimensional, bitchy, mean characters who just hate on each other.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean,
You know what?
at the time, Endo just needed someone to be antagonistic towards
I
for
know,
the
I
story
know.
that he wanted to tell.
But
And
you
then
know what's-
he.
I just don't like that it was
retrofitted the
Camilla,
character.
I guess.
Yeah, I know it was a way to like, to prove to Yor that like he respected her regardless of
And was
what
doing
her
this
work was.
huge show of like, here's a proper romantic gentleman. Look at him protect her honor or whatever, and that's great. I just wish it wasn't Camilla being the bitch, I guess.
But you know what? That was like early Endo was really
Yeah.
about how should I it was more mature, those like first like that like first volume. Cause
Yeah.
I mean that was the whole thing with your like getting turned on by like sharp things and stuff. And then
Yeah.
that never came back up again.
True.
So I think
Yeah.
Shihei Lin was just like, hey man, like we can't be doing this. Like, we gotta tone
Yeah.
this shit down.
Oh yeah,
That's true. I
I
wonder if he
mean-
kind of did that because he was, because remember the Medusa manga where it had like kind of the pre Lloyd and Yor couple where like it was the soldier
just
and then like
thirsty.
the sex worker. Maybe that's kind of why he was like kind of reusing a
Mhm.
bit of
Poss-
that.
Yeah,
Even though this
possibly.
character, in Yor's case, she's not an actual sex worker. It's just apparently the kind of cover she had or whatever.
just
Yeah.
frisky as hell, and it's just like, no, it's not. We don't need that in this.
Yeah, you know,
No.
for a manga that kind of like had kind of like those adult jokes in there, it's not like that at all anymore. At
You
this
know what?
point.
Yeah,
Like at all.
yeah, which is even funnier now they think
Because
about
like
it.
remember like when Yuri when he first met up with Lloyd and Yor and he was freaking out about he bugged or he said he didn't bug them, but and he said, "Oh shit! If I had, I would have heard my sister make quote unquote those noises and stuff."
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh. So glad we don't do that anymore.
You know what? I never read Tista or anything, but I remember I Spy, and literally the
Yeah,
first like
I
two
Spy.
pages of that,
Literally,
he's
the
like
spy
just
was like sleeping with the
just-
target or whatever to snag the
Yeah.
USG. Because
Yeah.
we get it. You know that's a thing in spy tropes. I'm just glad that we just kind of let that go, like
Yeah.
immediately.
yeah,
Because like even Lloyd, there are details about Lloyd. He has been technically with a lot of targets. Women technically, maybe men
Mhm.
too, but Endo hasn't mentioned that. For all we know,
I mean,
Yeah.
I still think about from Code White when I thought Lloyd was dressed as a woman who like put her leg up on actual Lloyd in disguise. And I'm like, Lloyd, what the hell, dude?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, God.
He's very dedicated to the mission. Yes.
Yes, he is.
It's one of those things where the author is finding out the tone over time. Like
yeah.
it happens. Like he has an idea, the initial idea isn't exactly what, and changes over time. Like I've seen that happen quite a lot. Like I don't know if it's even worth mentioning many examples because it's kind of the norm, really. Like
Yeah, that's with any story.
Yeah.
Not just manga, but just in general, especially with TV shows. I mean, American TV shows. A lot of times, I mean, look at Walking Dead with fucker, what's his name? Daryl, right? Daryl.
yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I would argue that Yuri is a little bit of the same way because I feel like Endo just made Yuri to be this gag character, and he made him Yor's brother, so obviously he's going to be in the story,
Yeah,
a recurring character
yeah.
in the story. But at the same
I mean,
time,
he's like a huge part of her motivation as a character, so
Mhm.
he was very important even early on, actually, too.
but he hasn't done shit. Or as far Endo hasn't done shit with his character aside from the mole arc, and even then it wasn't really development on his part. So like literally this is the first, well, maybe not the very first, but like this is the most significant character development we've got from Yuri probably since like
Chapter 89.
The like
Was it
when he was following the journalist. No.
yes, that's the one I was
Mhm.
thinking of. I think it was like what, something like 40, something like 40.
That's 41.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a while
Damn.
ago.
Yeah. And like
Okay.
we don't get that introspection on him or anything like that. And like we finally, because we've been, Blue, especially you, I know you and me, we've been talking about for a long time. We wanted Yor to confront him over a lot of this stuff, and it wasn't like a
Yeah,
full on
yeah.
confrontation, but it was still like she brought it up, and they kind
Yeah,
of had a moment. Like,
Unfortunately, I'm starting to see in this chapter that Yor doesn't actually hold any bitterness or resentment. She doesn't have any regrets, and that's fine. I still
Mhm.
think they should definitely have a conversation about this because Yuri still seems to be so guilt ridden and fucked up over, I don't know, feeling like it was his fault almost that she had to do all those things when he was literally just a child. They were both just children. They didn't have
Mhm.
another option.
yeah,
So like they should still have a conversation. I guess it just wouldn't be like you're being bitter and angry and confrontational because she's just not that kind of person, and that's fine. They still need a conversation though because they still got a lot of shit to work through as siblings.
I feel like that probably might come down, like probably down the line whenever they figure out, their
Identity
identities.
reveal.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's just
I'm
God.
sure she would be very
a
shocked
long
about that.
time.
It's like,
If
can you
ever.
imagine you raise
If ever,
your
too.
little brother up and you want him to just have a normal life different than how you grew up, and then you find out that he's like involved in government shit like
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
okay,
he was already lying about being diplomat. It's not just the government shit. It's just the secret
Yeah, the
police part.
SSS.
Yeah,
Just-
it's all
yeah,
the
the- just
investigating
weird
and
back-
kidnapping and torture.
yeah, I mean, okay, and we discussed this morning where it's like, I would be on Yuri's side if Yor ever got angry with him over that, because it's like, you straight up kill people, and like Yuri, like, yeah, he's doing fucked up shit too, but at the
I
same
don't
time,
think
it's
she
like,
would be angry with him. I just feel like she would be just shocked about it, and
She will be sad, probably.
I think she'd be
Yes,
sad.
yeah.
Yeah. That he didn't get to have more of a normal life because that's all she wanted for him. She sacrificed herself.
she'd
to
be
give
more
him
like,
a
"Why
more
didn't you
normal life."
consult me about this?" And it's like, "Why didn't you talk to me about this before you went into this line of work?"
and then he's like,
But-
why didn't you tell me you were killing people so you and me could eat? Like,
You know, I don't know if Endo was going for this, but my thought is that maybe Yuri thinks that he kind of knows better about
100%.
because he
Yeah.
has made comments about like how she's naive and she gets walked all over and stuff,
Yeah.
and like trying to help her stand up for herself against like he made a comment like, the forgers treat you like a servant, blah blah blah, that kind of thing, and putting all these ideas in her head.
Mhm.
So yeah, getting the impression that he kind of thinks he knows better than her.
Mhm.
Maybe either because because like literally he is technically smart, he has a higher intelligence because he did go to college and stuff, but he's not wise. He's just a young gun dumbass.
He's
running
20 years
around.
old.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
literally, like
there's-
He doesn't have any life experience.
Dumbass 20
I mean, there's
barely not even a teenager anymore.
there's a
Yeah.
difference
exactly.
between the intelligence to cover technical knowledge or even scientific knowledge and to actually understand how people work. It's not like it's
Yor has a lot of life experience.
No, yeah,
compared
like-
to-
sorry. What I was saying is like it's basically book smart versus street smart. Like
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Like-
yes.
Pretty much.
Yor has a lot of street smarts.
like Yor isn't very good at
Well-
academic knowledge or something like that.
No, I would
But
say
she's
Yor has
very
some
good at
experience.
reading people.
Really?
She's very. I mean, she's actually kind of good at reading people.
I
and
think she's
Yeah,
savvy.
I'd say.
I think she's savvy. I mean, she handled herself really well. Like, back during the cruise arc thing, I think she handled herself very well in that situation. So I think she has a lot of just experience, street smart, and kind of like really good gut instinct, intuition on her side.
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
That's what I meant.
She's good at
Yeah.
thinking on her feet, and she has
Yes.
good intuition. But To me, street smart is like, okay, you could drop me off in the middle of the city, and I won't get my wallet stolen, and I won't get killed. So
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
know
okay.
if Yor could handle that. I mean, she wouldn't get killed, but she'd definitely get her
Well,
wallet
if
stolen.
someone stole her wallet, she'd just break their arm and
You
take
know
it
what
back.
I mean, Blue.
Yeah, but I mean that the thing is that that means it's not exactly a contradiction, but
Mm-hmm.
the thing with Yor is that she can actually be quite perceptive. She can actually feel intent for the most part. Like quite immediately, she met Fiona and he was like, "This bitch is trouble," and
I mean,
she
that's
wasn't
what
wrong.
makes her such a perfect partner for Lloyd.
Yeah,
It's
like
that.
She's very observant. Like, I mean, in her line of work,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
had to like
but-
observe a lot of clients and
but-
stuff.
Mhm.
yeah. So, but it's funny because when it comes to some of her, I don't know exactly how to call them, but it's almost contradictory how shit she is at excuses. Like,
Yeah.
like she says the
tries.
silliest things. Like,
That's a Briar thing. They're both stupid when it comes to that.
yeah. Like
And-
I forgot that I forgot that to tell you, and I forgot that I forgot to tell you. Like,
Yeah, that
it's
makes
perfectly
sense.
logical.
Yeah.
He's like, I do that.
Yeah, his brain just. They made a joke that, like, his brain works, like, 50% less or something when he's around Yor. Which
Fair.
is why she's able to get
Yeah.
away with so much.
I know mine would, so I can't
But-
fault him for
All right.
it. But anyway, yeah, so we had it wasn't full, like I said, it wasn't a full on confrontation, but like we did get some discussion over it, and I'm like on the fence. Like, obviously I hate when Yuri is being Yuri, but at the same time, like, I did get the sense that, like, I don't know how to say it, but just the fact that he was just like, you know, you and me, we could just run back home, like, we don't need any of this, blah blah. And Yours like, no, like, we have responsibilities, like, that's over, like, that part of our life is over, like, we're adults now. And Yuri has to, like, think about it, and he's like, yeah, you're right. And then that's when we get him walking home, and you're going back to her family, and she's essentially moved on. Like, she still has
Yeah.
him, and they're both
Yeah.
family, and they'll always have each other, but, like, she has her own life now, whereas Yuri is stuck alone in his apartment. And
Yeah.
he's just without a what did we say, without a toilet, because there's no
He doesn't have a bathroom.
No
Yeah,
bathroom.
there's no
in
door.
the
Apparently.
kitchen.
There's
It's
just
a
one
room.
door.
Where's his shower?
Oh, yeah,
Don't worry about it.
He
I
probably showers at
mean-
work or something.
I
There
mean,
might be
no,
a community.
I think
It's
I
a
those
mean,
kind of
Yeah, it's probably like New
It's
York
definitely
apartments.
yeah,
It's
it's
shower.
probably one of those where you have
Or, like,
a
someone
communal
have
bathroom and a communal.
Yeah.
So he probably deals with a very shitty bathroom, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like, dude, you don't have any doors to anything. Like, I don't see him in the fucking closet.
I'm just kind of like, he says he makes good money, but why is his apartment like that? though?
Because he's
I
never
get
home.
the-
And he doesn't
Well, I
care.
get
It's government
the feeling
housing.
He probably wants
Yeah.
to save
True.
as much as he can.
True,
or something,
yeah.
Maybe for Yor, so he just lives in a shithole.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see him being home much anyway. Like, he's always at work.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's probably have more of his belongings that
You know, Lloyd
his
probably
work.
was in the same
work.
situation as him at one point. He probably also didn't give a shit and had like just like a small little apartment to go to because he was always working.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be
but-
saying shit. I
but-
feel like Lloyd was probably similar to that.
But you know, at least in Lloyd's case, it made more sense in the context of where he was in his life.
Yes.
Well, it's not that it doesn't make sense in the case of Yuri, but it was more a matter of circumstance because Lloyd didn't even have.
No, he doesn't have anybody. Besides,
He
like,
doesn't
Frankie,
have
maybe?
many people, and he has to constantly change his entire persona. So it's like, oh, you live in Nilsburg 2 weeks, and then you have to go to fucking Borneo or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because real life spies say that this actually happens. Like, oh, you're in the middle of Europe and you have to be in Borneo in 20 hours. I'm like, where the fuck is even Borneo?
Where even is that? Yeah.
Yeah, so at least it makes sense that he didn't have a place to belong to.
Yeah.
But in the case of Yuri, it's just a reflection of how much he has been stuck.
hmm And
in his past life.
I do. Aside from the wall of your pictures, I really
Ugh.
do like that shot of him eating alone, just like
The
staring at the
eyes.
wall.
The
Um,
eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes always get me.
That really sells it to me. That, like, as much as we give Yuri shit, and I've said it before, like I do enjoy the concept of Yuri, and
Me too. Yeah.
he's
He's got some shit going on. He's got some demons he needs to figure out.
He's
Yeah,
so
and-
emo.
no, it's just that, like, and this was a really good show of him. Like, he has a lot of trauma, and like he masks it with Yor because she is his comfort pillow. Like, being around her makes him feel secure and safe and a child again. And then
Yeah, and he restricts himself from anything else besides his sister, which I really appreciated, like, seeing the end of the chapter, which, like, we've never really seen him willingly hanging out with his coworkers, which it kind of subtly, like, mentions that I think he's gone out with them before, but seeing him, like, smile and be like, yeah, I'll join you guys, it's like, and after him being like, yeah, I can't show these different sides of, like, these things that I'm hiding to Yor, so it's kind of like, is he gonna kind of, separate himself from Yor a little bit and kind of lean into more of his coworkers from now on? Who knows?
Yeah.
That would be nice. I loved at the end, of course, the last page when the lieutenant is joking like, Chloe really misses you. Like, making a little jab. It's very cute. I don't know if that
Yuri, you jerk.
Yeah, I don't know if that means like Chloe does maybe have a little crush on Yuri, or if they're just like making fun, basically.
Man, I mean,
the shippers will beg to differ.
Yeah, I mean,
Leave it up
at the
to
end of the day,
speculation.
whether she's crushing on him or not, that was the lieutenant fucking with her, like
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think actually that's a question that I want to pose to you guys. So, like, my running theory right now with Yuri is like, his whole thing is that he wants to be wanted. Like, he's not gonna say it out loud, and he's gonna deny it. But like, especially with this, like, I feel like with the chief, especially, the chief is always like patting him on the back and like, "Hey Yuri, how you doing?" Blah blah. You want to
kind
hang
of
out?
manipulating
Blah,
him, huh?
Yeah,
giving him
and
that
like
he's
paternal-
a lapdog, man.
Yeah, being that
The government's-
paternal figure in his life.
Yeah, he wants
Yeah.
the attention. He wants to feel wanted, and like the fact that he has people in his life now who actually want him and will call him and want to hang out with him, like,
Despite his little
Quirks.
Right.
Everyone's got
Yeah.
their weird shit. I mean, they can't judge him that badly.
Yeah.
He's literally a baby. He's like he's 20 years old.
Yeah, he's
a baby.
The kid. He's the kid of the group
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
He's baby, but
Oh yeah, I just realized I'm around his age. Oh.
I'm literally yours age right now. I'm
Oh.
27.
It's just
Yeah,
dawning
yeah,
on me.
that happens.
Wow, I am going to be 26.
Raph,
I'm
are
going to be
you-
yours age next year. That's crazy.
I won't ask you your age, but are you above Yuri's age or below it?
I'm currently above Yuri's age,
Okay. I
just by
am
a tiny bit.
far above Yuri's
I'm involved in
Oh, boy.
entire cast, so at this point I don't give a shit. But
Wait, Roski, you and me are around the same age, right?
right.
Okay, just making sure.
So,
You don't want to feel
yeah.
alone.
We're the grandpas.
Yeah,
You are not
basically.
Henderson age. You're like Lloyd age. At best.
Maybe.
Henderson.
Estimated for age.
I mean,
Elegante.
at that point, you kind of have the right to just baby kids around. So like, oh, you're a sweet little child. You think you know
Sweet
it.
summer child.
Sweet summer child. You think you have it figured out.
Right.
You don't. But no, it's. I don't know. I do think that the conflict with Yuri is that at the end of the day, he really is emotionally started in all the ways a kid tends to be. You know, like.
Mhm.
Like these emotional needs, because even when kids act like they don't care, they do care. Like they do care a lot. Like,
Oh yeah.
so the idea is if mom is upset, and it's not even with them, but she reflects that upset state of mind to them, they get upset. So if Yuri is upset, he feels upset as if she was upset with him. Like, so I don't know. I don't think that this kind of emotional dependency is just the fact that she hasn't had the frame of mind to actually rely on others. So, so he's just, I don't know. It's funny
he's
because
stepping out into the world, you know.
maybe, but yeah, a little at least. But
I
it's
mean,
like,
I think the end of this chapter is trying to show that like he is kind of starting to, because now he's actually socializing with his coworkers after work, which is great. He needs that.
he really needs that. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
he refused to socialize with anybody in college. He was so young, and he was so focused on your only.
So yeah, the chief is obviously gonna try to manipulate him, but romantic or not, Chloe is really gonna be a lifeline for him, because she's actually much as she's actually willing to give him shit for his weirdness, which is not undeserved, but I don't know. She also tries to understand him, even if she at times creeps her out. Like,
I like how she'll just give it to him straight, and that's what he needs.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's why
he literally
needs,
slap him.
That's why Chloe's there. He needs an older, strong woman to slap some sense into him.
I was gonna say, and I don't mean this in like any like weird or like. I just, as an observation, like he very much has a sister complex, and Chloe very much presents herself as like an older sister figure to him.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not. I mean, you could take that for what it is, but like, I do feel like he, unironically needs that. Like, he needs to see that that other people care for him, which he's slowly starting to do, but also that like, I don't know, that somebody's going to like take the extra effort to like show him basically life lessons that isn't you know what I mean? Like, she had that one part with him where he was going around like trying to do everything, and she's like, stop, you will die. Like, people die, you are not different from anybody else. Like, you need to focus on yourself instead of everybody else, or your sister, basically.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, you're right. I think Chloe is going to be the key to a lot of this growth that hopefully that we're going to see sooner rather than later, because I don't want to wait another 100 chapters to like talk good about Yuri again, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
It's hard because I'm like, people are, it's like, oh, is this for a Yuri arc? But I'm like, I mean, I would rather have a Yor arc right now.
I know, for real.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, I've been pretty open at the fact that at this point I have no particular expectations.
I have just zero.
Yeah, I don't. I'm the same.
I'm just like,
I want to see like Yuri, like, finding family in like at least Anya. I don't care if he hates Lloyd until he dies.
I mean,
honestly, it's very cute. I know there's like one Spike's Family user on Twitter who likes Uncle Yuri and Anya and does a lot of really cute art.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're great, and I am a little disappointed that he's not more like interested in being Anya's uncle, because I think it would be really adorable if he did get to a place where he actually does like to hang out with her and be more a part of the family, just kind of try to accept that Lloyd's just gonna have to be there.
Yeah, but I mean, to be extremely fair, like, I don't think, and not just in the obvious way, like, I don't think Yuri is emotionally mature enough to be an uncle figure, even if he tried.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
So I beg to. There's a way I see this happening, and it's like the ideal ending for this. I don't know if Endo would go that route, which I
have something in mind too. Because
I think, after all the drama that is inevitably going to happen at the end of the manga, like thinking like epilogue, like after all of that shit is done, I feel like Yuri would empathize a lot with Anya and Lloyd, because Lloyd lost his parents around the same age that he did. Anya we already know the deal with her mother and like her situation with Lloyd. Like, if he found out that Anya was like orphaned and like Lloyd is like using her and stuff like that, like I'm pretty sure he would be a lot nicer towards Anya as like, you know what I mean?
Finding out that she's not actually his biological child.
Yeah, like she's already suffered all this much and she's only 4 years old. Like,
I mean, I mentioned something earlier. It's like kind of a theory kind of thing, but I don't know if you saw that. I don't know how many people saw it, but it's like, I just don't, I have no idea how Endo can take this. I don't know if Yuri will learn about, her past and stuff. Because I'm just like, what if, I don't know how involved the SSS is in things. I'm sure like all the lower people, like on like Yuri's close coworkers probably don't know anything that happens with like the higher ups and stuff. But I'm like, what if like the super high up people and like the SSS are like involved in some like weird sus shit? And somehow are like are connected to Project Apple and that kind of stuff, and they're aware and they know about it. That kind of thing. It's kind of a little dumb, but I'm like, it's just like I wonder like someday if Yuri would like break away from that organization, because I know he's kind of being manipulated a little bit, used a little bit.
yeah, they all are.
Just a little.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I wonder if his like breaking point would be like him finding out that like the organization that he works for was like involved in something that like did something bad to like someone that Yor cares about, in that kind of way.
The only reason he's doing the SSS is because he thinks it'll benefit Yor. Like, the minute he finds out that like it hurt her in some way, he'd be out. Either that or he would do something drastic. I feel like.
Yeah.
Same thing with Yor, honestly. The only reason she's doing that is because she thinks she's helping her country. So if like if Garden's doing something to actively hurt Ostania, then yeah, I feel like she'd be out too. And then Lloyd's doing it to stop the war. So if Westalis is trying to start a war or something like that, he'd be like, what the fuck am I doing this for?
Yeah.
There's so many ways that Endo could fucking take this, and they're all angsty. So it's just like, what do we do?
I mean, it will be a little too naive to think any possible remotely satisfactory ending to this manga is gonna be friction free. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like,
it is a gag manga. I will say that. I will throw that on.
Even so.
Yeah, it is a gag manga, so it can't exactly go that far into fucked up. But it can certainly edge the line.
I mean, we've certainly gone places.
I know he wants to, Endo. You can do it. I give you permission. I give you permission, Endo. Please do it.
I mean, yeah, it's a gag manga where we got Martha's backstory. So yeah, so funny.
That was pretty sad. But it's not like super
Bond's
fucked up.
backstory, which is I don't want to get into it.
I don't know. Like I said, I never know with Endo. I don't have any expectations anymore. So like,
I have no idea what to expect. Like for 2 weeks from now, I'm just like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm just vibing. Like,
yeah, me too. I'm just like,
okay,
you're in your chapter today.
Here's my prediction. We're just gonna get a random chapter with Lloyd doing mission bullshit or something, and it's gonna be some stupid ass mission about fucking I don't know, like I don't know. I have no idea, but it's gonna be some mission bullshit. That's my guess. We're just gonna get more random side stories, so we're gonna get a Lloyd one.
Whoa.
I mean, Blue. Do I really need to address how at this point you are kind of becoming the living incarnation of that meme with the dodgeball? Like that. Funny.
Apollo's prophecy.
Exactly, like that one.
I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
He says you're a future seer because I feel like 90% of the time your predictions are accurate.
Yeah, we'll
Are
see.
they?
It sounds like a great game.
We should actually try to count back and see, because I don't actually think I'm that on point all the time.
I said 90%.
I've had good ideas, but they haven't panned out. So anyway,
there was like a 3-chapter streak where you called everything. So like, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't quite
Okay.
remember, but not bad. Hey.
Hey, so
Okay,
do you want the
let-
keys to the podcast now or next week?
Okay, I mean this meme. It's on the podcast
Oh,
podcast
okay.
chat.
Oh, the
I will
podcast.
go take a look.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just like,
no, I haven't
mean,
seen that one, but that's pretty funny.
I just
Like,
feel like
yeah.
with how the chapter ended, I'm just like, people are like, oh, is there a Yor or a Yuri arc? I'm just
No
like,
way.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's a little too optimistic to think. Oh,
yeah,
this chapter
I
is
feel the
gonna
same
be an
way.
arc.
The ending
Like-
was like a good wrap up. Like I don't see any continuation on that.
I
But
don't see
yeah,
anything
I don't
either.
either. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, I have no idea what to expect besides like it shifting to something else.
I mean, to be extremely fair, Endo has become somewhat of a champion of the awkward setups. Like, you see
That's
you
not
see
a
a
title I want.
you see a chapter that doesn't seem to go any fucking where, and you're like, what is this even about? And oh, that's a setup for something that
Yeah,
therapy
he likes to
session with
link
the-
things.
Yeah.
Because
Like chapter
now that you
77.
mention it, this chapter linked back to how like Yor mentioned how in her thought she was just like, oh, Yuri wanted me to get married, but she's like, well, I guess he's not happy about that.
Yeah, I only
Yeah,
see
I
100
mean,
chapters.
he was never going to be happy about that. To be fair.
But the circumstances made it
Yeah, it says
unable
it's totally
for her to be
backfired.
happy.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but I was more specifically talking about like that chapter with the therapy session with the
With the
in
tutor.
academy tutor. Like
Yeah.
we read that, we were like, what the
What
fuck is this
for?
about? And,
Yeah,
and then
like,
it
why are
turned
we
out
here?
it was actually something. It just was presented so awkwardly and in a moment where it felt like it was the worst possible choice that we didn't really see that it was a setup for something that will happen later. Like,
I mean, who
Yeah,
could?
that is-
The way it was.
So, yeah,
he
like I
likes to
said-
do that.
Endo is becoming kind of the face of awkward setups because the payoff is worthwhile, but the setup itself is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's kind of like people that like it's kind of like different compared to like people that casually like get into this series. Like they'll wait to consume things maybe in bigger chunks, but we get into it every weekend. Sometimes we're like, or every other weekend we're like, what does this mean? And then like later on you're like, oh,
Yeah,
that's what it's for. And
Like-
then it's
but
Yeah.
but I mean, in the case of Endo, it is particularly awkward because I can tell you, I've been following Berserk for all this time, and you know that
Yeah.
it's not just 1 week or 2 weeks. It can be a difference of fucking months, and it still feels like there's something before and something after. With chapters like that with the Eden tutor, it's like, what is the joke here? Like, even
We're
in
the
the sense-
joke.
Right.
like, yeah,
Egg on our
He's like,
face.
here's your slop.
yeah. Even in the context of humor, it was rough.
But see, that's why I get so frustrated. And I'm
We're
just
the
like,
clowns of our own circus or
I'm
whatever.
Boo Boo the Foo.
It's-
Boo Boo
it's
the
so-
Fool.
oh my
Where's
god,
our fucking clown makeup?
literally, because it's like we started this podcast during the cruise arc, and there was so much happening, and it was just like every chapter there was something to talk about, and now lately it just feels like we have to skip 2 or 3 chapters because nothing happens, and we have to wait to talk about it in a chunk, because like otherwise it's just like, oh yeah, Damien got a Dragon Quest 3. I don't even fucking know.
A
at this
dream.
point. A dream.
Yeah.
Damien had a dream, and that's the chapter. It's like, okay, well, fuck. I guess I'll see you guys in another 2 weeks because it's like I can't talk about it. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the awkwardness from our perspective of just like it's really hard to run a podcast when it's like, well, what the fuck are we gonna talk about for an
Yeah.
hour? Like,
I'm just
Yeah,
kind of like,
it
Yeah.
is.
I'm just kind of like, there's not really like an arc or anything going on. It seems just like a bunch of different chapters, like,
Yeah,
different
it's-
little spurts of things. Like even the reveal of Anya's mom was pretty random
It was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Those
you
stuff.
It really
have
hasn't led
you have
to
3
anything yet.
pages. No, fuck off. Like that was that.
I'm just
we
like,
didn't-
you gave me this. You gave me this small meal, and I want to eat more of it. Please.
Yeah. You already
Yeah,
heard me, bitch. So I'm not gonna
I
bring that up again.
No. Yeah.
No, yeah. It's,
Like as for me, like as someone who's like been working on the, I feel like full time without pay wiki admin.
Lord, oh god, that's
uh,
right.
You
Yeah.
are a saint.
so coming from my perspective, as someone who's like gone through like I've basically skimmed through almost every Endo conversation slash interview, and when I came across
Wow.
the point that he made when he's like, yeah, like we're gonna do some like disjointed slice of life stuff, and I tend to like the comedy stuff more, so please bear with me. And honestly, after that point, I'm just like, I've come to that acceptance stage. I'm like, you know what? This guy's just gonna mess around, and yeah, I'm here for it. Like I remember chapter 64, like
Mm.
there's that one thing, whereas basically the whole message is like, and was like telling the reader, like grabbing him by the collar, like I'm gonna take my sweet time with this, and you're gonna like it. And then I'm like, you know what?
You're gonna like it.
And that's fair, I guess.
I
But
don't mind that, and like I love. I mean, I stuck around for this manga because of the comedy. Because I remember, I think when it was coming out, it was chapter 27, and that was when Yuri came over to teach Anya homework, and I was literally dying laughing from the freaking swole chihuahua. And I
yeah,
was
Oh my
like,
god.
this
Yeah.
was it was like top comedy for me. And I think the problem is it's just like some of Endo's material lately has just been like, I'm not laughing. Like it's supposed to be funny, but
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. So it just
Oh,
kind of makes it
no.
drag out for me.
Oof.
yeah, I won't deny that. That it does feel like he is, or it does feel like there is a bit of padding going on.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know. I'm very mixed on it. Like I like it sometimes, but sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not all too hot
Yeah.
about it.
Right.
I feel wishy-washy too. Like
Yeah.
it's
And it's
Like I love the series to bits, but
Right.
Me
like
too.
but yeah,
I will acknowledge
it's
when it's not really hitting it for me sometimes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I guess you get that
it's
with
only to be
every with
expected.
with a lot of like fandoms and
Long
show,
run.
like a lot of
But
different
yeah,
series.
but I mean,
but-
it is to be expected. Like even the best comedy series are going to have that one joke that doesn't work, but the author loves it so much she insists on doing it, or
I think
it
I
looks
think
does.
I think the problem is what Raph is saying is the padding, because in the beginning it felt much more concise and like the jokes hit better because I feel like he really knew how to like pace it out and like stuff it with like actual like funny stuff. But I think then the manga blew up, and so they're like, oh, we gotta fill like 200 something chapters. What are we gonna do? And then it was like, I'm gonna try to be funny, and then it's just like I mean, not even the best comedian can make every single chapter funny. So I don't fault Endo for that, but it's just like it doesn't make it any easier for us.
No,
as the
yeah,
readers.
it's like I understand why this animation looks like crap with the production schedule that you have, guys. I do not fault you for under delivering, but the end result is that it's still that this looks like shit. Like no, I like it. No, it reminds me of the thing that happened with Dragon Ball Super. Like
yeah.
that show looked horrible, but it wasn't because the animators were untalented or they were lazy or anything. No, they had a very tight, very unmanageable production schedule. It's like, we need this chapter in 5 days. You have to be fucking kidding me. No,
Yeah.
we need it in 5 days. And like,
My god.
They-
Hey.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
so it's like,
Anime from hell.
it's not the fault
Yeah.
of an artist that he cannot always deliver. But we have to deal with the fact that at times he doesn't deliver. It's just life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just life. And I mean,
Like-
thank God we all have other great anime and manga that keep us going in between with Spy X
Oh, yeah.
Family.
My
so
lord and
that
me
savior.
does
with my
help.
currently like ongoing 150 plus manga and manhwa.
No, yeah, I've been reading many lately. You know, I'm reading Dan Dan. I'm reading Centuria.
yeah.
I'm reading Math. Math is really fucking cool. But a little depressing and violent, but yeah, if you're up to that, it's actually a really badass manga. Like,
Nice. Well,
nice.
Cool.
we definitely, yeah, like Blue said, we just gotta fill in the gaps with other series, which is healthy. You know, we can't be
I
addicted to
mean,
one.
with other
helps
series, with
me.
other
helps,
work,
yeah.
you know,
Also
with-
playing games.
I
That
mean,
too.
I'm creating my own webcomic. I have little time to worry about where Endo under-delivers.
Plug it in, Roski. What's the name of your webcomic?
It's called Crimson Wing.
Link in the
And-
description below.
Read on Blue Sky or Twitter.
Blue Sky too?
I'm actually starting to port my stuff to Blue Sky because I'm kind of done with Twitter.
But yeah,
Bye.
so that was 3 chapters. We got through it relatively quickly. So yeah, we
Yeah,
have
not
no
bad.
fucking clue what the next chapter is gonna be like. We'll just hold on to our seats and see what Endo's got cooking.
Yeah,
But-
I'm sure,
Open
I'm
to
sure
anything.
it'll be something else, probably related to Lloyd. That's my guess, like with Blue, because haven't seen him.
It seems
in
like the
a
most
hot
obvious
minute.
option.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
it's like
some
sure
people-
throw in Lloyd. He is the main character, one of them,
Yeah.
I guess.
Give us a handler.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Another-
Give us some more wise shit. I want to know some.
You know what I want?
So yeah, let's
Just-
get a Lloyd mission, like Blue said.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's not gonna happen. But if Endo gives a chapter dedicated to Mustache Agent, boom, he is
Oh my
back
God.
on top for me, baby.
God,
Give him
you
an
know
A.
what? You've been
Cherry on
like
top.
begging for his name for like so
I know we
long.
still don't have it. And
We
how long
don't have
we been-
it. We just have this idea that, he clearly knows everyone from a long time. He doesn't fear Handler at all, which is something
So
because
nonchalant. I want his face.
yeah, like
I know.
because like Twilight and Fiona are at least slightly intimidated by her, and this guy doesn't give a shit.
Listen,
It's like,
if his
You want to know his name? He's like,
if his
oh, yeah.
code name is Midnight, I will fucking eat my shorts. I swear to God on this podcast, if his name is Midnight, I'm done. Like in the best way possible. Like
Me personally, I'd rather he not have like a night themed name because like the Twilight and Nightfall thing, where
Well-
they're like connected in a way. But if it is, like I won't be against it.
Well,
but...
I say that, Raph, because so in the server that we're at, for the past 5 years, we've had this OC called
Yeah.
Midnight, and he's been like Twilight's like mentor, and it's
Oh
always
my
been
God.
an old dude with like white hair and then it just so happened to be Mustache Agent shows up. So
Oh my god.
if
Actually,
it's
you know,
Midnight,
Speaking
It will
of
be-
I will
Midnight,
flip.
Senpai actually came back from the dead and updated Automation Heart for the first time in forever.
I saw, I just haven't had
Yeah.
any time to read it. Oh my
I haven't
God.
read it either, but I'm really looking forward to it because that, just like a side note, that fanfic is basically an AU if Lloyd had been a teenager when he became a spy and was like trying to befriend Demetrius Desmond. This was before like Demetrius ever showed up and stuff. And Midnight was like pretending to be his father, and I think Sylvia was pretending to be his mom, if I remember correctly.
The entire thing started off as a mercenary enrollment AU. so-
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah.
all coming back.
It's all
back.
coming together, baby. So
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the description below. Everyone go check out that fic.
I
love
mean,
it.
it
I
is
actually
really-
I actually read the first chapter. There's a recording of me reading that whole chapter somewhere.
Oh my God.
I think it on my drive somewhere.
Yeah, it's really funny now that we actually know what Demetrius looks like. Like, you know, like,
Years later.
I know, God, that just shows you how much time has passed. Holy
no,
crap.
yeah, but it's really funny because all the mental images we had about Demetrius didn't match at all what we.
Actually, no. Like the mental
have the back
image
of
I
his
had
head.
of Demetrius was like pretty spot on, actually, except the eyes. The bug eyes, I did not.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
your
thought
own
he'd
problem.
be older, to be honest. So I was just surprised that
No,
he was like younger.
No, I was pleasantly surprised that he looks like a fucked up version of Jughead. So he only needs the cap, like, and it will be perfect. But
Yeah.
I
yeah,
felt like Tim Burton eyes. It's crazy.
Bug eyes.
Now that you
No,
say
Rock
that,
Lee
yeah.
eyes. Yeah, but yeah. So I'll put all those links in the description below. I gotta find all those links, but
Shameless plug.
yeah. Well, in the meantime, Like I said, read some other manga, keep preoccupied for the next 2 weeks, and then hopefully we'll be back for something to talk about, and we won't have to take another break for a month and a half. So in the meantime, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.